Welcome back to Europa Park. It's official. Best theme park in the world 2024 Golden Ticket Award for the 9th time. We're going to show you why. Join us. So we're going to work you through 8 reasons we think this deserves the world's best theme park award, in no particular order, as they're all very relevant. It's going to encompass quite a few kilometers of walking, and a clue to one of them I'm sure you can already see. So let's talk about roller coasters and what contribution they had in winning this award. We have to of course come to the mighty Voltron. This is Mac's latest addition to the park. Not only do I think it contributed massively to the award, but on its own it won World's Best New Roller Coaster 2024, which speaks for itself. Twin launch, it's an absolute animal. The mighty Silver Star, Mercedes-backed, my personal favourite roller coaster, an absolute hooligan. Of world-beating roller coasters, this is Wodan, their wooden coaster, one of the most fierce ones I've ever been on, and the theming as well is absolutely phenomenal. Our next world beater coaster, Blue Fire. Two cars running, queues running at about 15 minutes. Brings us round to Arthur. This was their new coaster, part dark ride, part coaster outside. Very different way of running a coaster, this one. 2019. It won the world's best new roller coaster. It's a bit special, this one, and again the theming inside, this is a whole bespoke unit built for this themed area and this coaster. Phenomenal. I'm going to include the Bar Express as the smallest coaster in the park, to highlight the fact that what also makes this world class is it's so family friendly. There is a coaster for everyone, and on that note, also for people of a larger size like myself, they have dedicated rows for bigger people, and that includes Silver Star and Blue Fire. So if you are of a slightly larger nature like me, Don't be afraid to come here and ride the coasters. They've really accommodated, and I've never seen that in any park I've been in, talking of theming. So let's have a look at the shows. Not only do they put on a show, they lift up and rebuild the entire Globe Theatre from London. This changes through the year. Phenomenal inside. And at the moment the show is Funny Library 2, which is a song and dance through the decades, and it's about 4 layers deep and about 30 minutes long. A proper full-on show, and it's excellent if it's a rainy day. On the main stage, which is normally movie hits, we have a change for the season. It's one of your shows. We haven't seen this yet. It's only coming on Saturday, obviously. Going to be scary movie hits. And then opposite that, in the main huge theatre, we've got the new production Spook Me 2, the musical. This is stunning in here. It seats about 300-400 people. On one of your many shows you may attempt during the day. This is the ice show. This is about, I believe, to change. It changes all year round, these shows. These are massive ice rink. At the moment it's Energize on twice a day. Absolutely phenomenal. Featuring a cast of singers, dancers, obviously all on ice. And a massive drone display, which is absolutely to be seen, to be believed. Talking of shows, this is just a taster of the main parade. The show's in Spain. Got the flamenco puppets that come on various times during the day, but the real big gun here in the Spanish arena, the Roque de Sultans. It's a full-size arena. Horses. We saw a camel. Can't say I approve particularly of the camel. I'm not going to be able to put the camera in here without going in. But again, if you were trying to do all the shows you'd need a whole day just to come around doing the shows. They all run 30 to 45 minutes. This should definitely be on your list of to-dos. And again, a world beater, I think. Accommodation wise, again, world class. Multitude of hotels from 4-star plus down to the touring and camping site. Everything is linked by the EP Express, which is a monorail, goes all the way out to the hotels, and you've also got your own private entrance on the back of Spain here, which is actually up the top of the park. We videoed them all in depth on previous videos, but I'll give you a quick compendium of what's on offer. Halloween in the park is a massive event, aside of Traumatica outside the park. I dread to think how many pumpkins. I think last year it was about 800,000. But I think this year they may have surpassed it. Displays absolutely everywhere. Again, it's an event, but it's also a nod to the reinvestment and the cost involved in hosting a real Halloween. It's in every direction. We're going to do a separate video on this during the week. Christmas is starting. On the subject of events and Christmas and a bit of investment, this lake around the edge of the rapids will be drained shortly, fully boarded, right the way around there. And we will have a winter wonderland with a full ice rink, market stalls, glue wine, everything. We'll be filming that November, December, so join us for that one. It's really something to see. And we have coming up the winter event, the dinner show. This is in the main theatre in Italy that had the new spooky show. Gets converted into a full-size restaurant, full show. It's a paid event, evening event. We are so doing this. Then we've got the main grown-up Halloween event. Traumatica, all the merch is in already. This is an off-site haunted house experience. It's a separate pay. It is awesome. We went last year, can't wait for this year. 5 or 6 houses, fully built off-site. A real scare fest, loads of investment. Well, we're in the Germanic area, another one of their events they do every year. Ticket event. Their Oktoberfest. It's an evening event. Huge hall, loads of music, loads of beer. Very, very, very cool. I'm not sure of the price. Didn't go this year. So, the next category of world beaters. Park food and restaurants, going from on the hoof food, fast food, all sorts. This is one of my favourites. Tart flambés, straight out of wood-fired oven. Absolutely delicious. I'll take you around, show you some of the seated options as well. There is a plethora of things to eat, from a burger to a gourmet meal. Another must try here on the French side, joined with the Italian restaurant as well. Come through and into the self-service area, over the back here. My personal favourite choice for something to eat. You got a full-on wood-fired pizza oven. Fresh to order. 10-12 euros. Also you've got your pasta bar. It's Italian in the French, but it's also shared with the Italian. Another great option for your food. Seated, the food loop. Take you up here quickly. This is where your food is delivered to your table, a la Rollercoaster style. Comes down on rails. See if I can poke the camera in. If I smile nicely. Another great place to eat, Spices. They're African themed restaurant. They've also got the fast food outlet here, which, believe it or not, focuses on burgers. But that's all right if you like a burger. But this is proper African inspired food. They do evening events here as well. I have filmed this in much more detail on previous videos, but just to give you an idea why this sets it apart. from some of the other parks. That's a bar, believe it or not. Around here, on your African reserve, you have the full-size restaurant. Fancy something a little bit more swanky for your food? Round on the Spanish part, shared hotel facility, Don Quixote. It's a tapas bar and a bodega, which I've just been in for a coffee. A beautiful terrace. A little bit more high-end on the food here, but you have the choice. You can get a burger off the stands, or you can come and sit comfortably in here, depending on how the mood takes you. Show you around into the bodega quickly. All part and parcel. Beautiful in there. Another favourite of mine for food, Sea House restaurant on the edge of the lake here. Beautiful terrace, buffet style service, traditional Austrian food at a good price. And while you eat your schnitzel, you're looking out at this. And just to cap off the world-beating food facilities, if you want to really treat yourself, this is open lunch and evenings. The Schloss Balthasar, dating back to the 1500s, was here before the park. A little bit more high-end on your foods, but it is a food option with a terrace that looks straight out onto the fountains. They finished lunch service at the moment, but again, what a contrast from burger and chips, which is fine, but so is this. We need to talk about investment and reinvestment into a theme park. These guys do it on another planet. They put millions and millions and millions of euros back into the parks, which is a sharp contrast for some of the ones beginning with the capital D in Paris, which I don't think has changed in the last 10 years. This area, they haven't just invested in a ride, they've built a whole new country. This is Croatia. It's recently been reopened. There's still a bit more to it that's being built. Got a 360 cinema, Croatian food and drink, and more importantly, not only a new roller coaster, but as has just been voted the world's best new roller coaster, Voltron. It is phenomenal. Twin launch. This is Max showing off what they can do building roller coasters. Absolutely phenomenal. Any idea how much you think that would have cost? They're certainly not greedy. One of the latest investments that's ongoing, the new dark ride, Ed and Edda's Grand Prix of Europe, and they're also making a movie, Warner Brothers. It's going to be on full cinema release. We're expecting this summer 2025. I believe it's going to go underneath the Rotunda restaurant. We shall see. So if you want to see real reinvestment, this entire area burnt to the ground last year. Horrible. You wouldn't know now though. Millions and millions of euros invested. Redid the shop, redid the Alpen coaster. We lost all this right the way around, and including some of the log flume, which as you can see in the background is now fully rebuilt. And believe it or not, both rides are a little bit better than they were before. Real nice nod, not changing it too much, but instant reinvestment. So around in the Italian section, looking at investment and reinvestment, they decided that the Geisterschloss, the ghost train, wasn't particularly in keeping with being in Italy. So they closed it and gutted it and refitted it, and we now have a brand new ghost train, which is now the Castello de' Medici. fully Italian themed, fully refitted top to bottom. That's just one of a multitude of reinvestments this year. We won't even touch on the fact that they're building an entire Wild West town round on the camp resort. It's due to be open, I believe, in 2025. Knowing them, it'll be early. But as with everything with Europa Park, when they invest and construct, they really do not pull the punches. And as we go around here, I can show you what they're doing as best I can. We are going to have a Wild West city, a western town, catering, more accommodation. How cool does that look? I think that's going to really finish this area. It's a good area anyway, but with this added on, it's going to be stunning. And since I was last here, the building level that's gone on is incredible. Now the park is about 3/4 capacity today, and for its biggest rides, here's one, obviously Silver Star. The turnaround time here, we've timed it, it's about 15 seconds, which leads ultimately to the fact that you've got this as a wait time on a 3/4 capacity day. World class. Another world beater of a ride. Europa. Again, turnaround on this ride is phenomenal. Queue times, even on a packed day, are kept to an absolute minimum. And again, today, 3/4 rough capacity. Look at the queue time. Beat that, Disney. Pirates of Batavia, which will rival Pirates of the Caribbean in any Disney park. Again, showing you as an example of ride turnaround. This one just never stops. Busy day like today, 15. I'd say that's more like 10 from where the people are. World-class rapids, huge, huge, huge ride. Load system, ride speed, massive. And that again results in absolutely no queue whatsoever. Atlantic Super Splash. This has, without a doubt, the fastest ride turnaround I've ever seen. I think we counted 11 seconds. And even on a day like today, again, it results in this. That's well beaten on a day out. So let's touch on the theming that makes this park so special. This is their take on the enchanted woods, magical woods. So what so many parks are missing is some fantasy and some magic, and they do this on a grand scale through here. It goes all the way down the edge of the lake, right down to the far end. That, believe it or not, it's a children's cinema. The only place I know that would give this anywhere near a run for its money would be Efteling in Holland. But this is a fantastic hit on their fantasy theming. The theming around the French Quarter is on another level. You feel like you're in Paris, Versailles. Got the beautiful floating coffee ship, obviously the main dome, right the way round. Take you around the side here to show you the building theme. Right around to the bridge, to one of their more iconic views. They've recreated the Moulin Rouge. How beautiful is this? On the subject of theming, where can you come in any theme park in the world into a Scandinavian town? And it ain't just street level. Look up. Absolutely phenomenal theming. A decent restaurant as well here. Upstairs, right across that bridge, you can have your seated meal. You want to see theming on a grand scale? You want a lake in the centre of your theme park? Doesn't even feel like you're in a theme park. Show you some of the depth of the theming. We're coming round into the German area. Done a video on this whole section in depth. Give you an idea of the beautiful gardens, which do seem to have been taken over by pumpkin people. And you're away from the chaos and into beautiful, peaceful gardens with a fountain show, plenty of places to sit and chill out and just enjoy it. You won't get that in a lot of parks. Well, thank you for joining us from officially the world's best theme park 2024. We've enjoyed our little countdown of what we consider to be some of the main factors into why it won the award. Obviously there are a myriad of things. You'd have to watch some of our other videos where we go a bit further in depth. But for now, that brings us back round to the main thoroughfare and our exit. We'll be putting up content every single week on Europapark, as well as the Alsace and the Black Forest, so if you wish to be informed when we do so, by all means subscribe. I'm sure there's a bling that'll come up to let you know when new video goes up. But for now, on my way to maybe buy a sausage, and from glorious Europapark, I bid you farewell.